Alright guys, welcome to another week of Cooking with Alex. This week we are doing chicken fajitas. So laid out for you here, I have all of the ingredients that we need to prep. So first is 1 large chicken breast. If you only have small to medium size, I would recommend 2, 1.5, whatever you kind of have, just depends on how much protein you want. And then we have a medium-sized onion, 2 little key limes. You can use regular limes also. These were just so cute at the store, so we got these ones. We have a large red pepper, a small zucchini, and we have 2 little carrots here. Basically, when you make fajitas or when we make fajitas, we typically just use vegetables that we have in our fridge. So sometimes we use broccoli, sometimes we have mushrooms. It really just depends on the veggies that you have, so we like to mix it up each time. So these are the variety that we're using this time, and then to top it, we are also using some cilantro. So first we're going to start prepping the kind of more thick veggies, I guess you could say, which are the carrot, zucchini, and pepper. I like to prep these first because they just take longer to cook. And I'm just doing the carrots in these small kind of slices like this. But you can obviously cut them into little circles or whatever you prefer. Alright, so next for the veggies is zucchini. Cut off the ends. And the zucchini I'm going to do in like little half circles. So I'm going to start cutting the actual zucchini in half. I didn't do it perfectly in half. And then just like this. So I'm running out of room on my cutting board, so I'm just going to take the lid off. I've already started the propane, and I'm going to put less than a tablespoon of butter in the pan just to help fry up the veggies. And it's okay that I'm putting those ones in first because they take longer than the pepper will to cook, so perfect timing. So similar to the zucchini, I'm going to cut the top and bottom off of the red pepper first. Then I like to cut off these lighter parts. And since this is quite a large pepper, I'm probably going to cut it into thirds, I think. Because I like shorter pepper pieces in my fajitas. So we are ready to put the pepper in. I'm just going to mix this around. Alright, so same thing. Cut off the top and bottom. And then get all this yucky stuff off. I typically also always take off the first layer of the onion after the skin, just because I'm just in that routine of doing it, I guess. Alright, so now we will do the onion julienne style. Looks like there's some middle green parts that I might take out while I'm chopping, but looks good. So the veggies are ready for the onion to now go in. I'm just going to break apart the onion a little bit. So now it's time for the last main ingredient, which is the chicken. As you can see, this is a pretty large breast, so we're just doing one. But typically our ratio, we like to have at least half of the fajita mix be veggies and then the other half protein, if not more than half veggies, just so we can get our veggie fix for the day. But now I'm just kind of cleaning this up. This chicken breast doesn't look like it has too much wrong, just this kind of tendon type stuff here. So I'm definitely not the best at this part, but just kind of cut off anything that looks gross, and it looks okay. So when I start with the chicken breast, I like to cut along this line right here. That's this natural kind of ridge. And then I take this smaller piece and cut at an angle with the meat. You can kind of see the way that the meat goes. And I like to cut my chicken for my fajitas in these kind of strips. And then as the slices get thicker, I like to cut them in half. Now we put in the chicken. So, to make things a little easy, we are just using this pre-packaged fajita seasoning mix. Obviously you can do your own, but this is really convenient and it tastes really good. So we're just opening this up and putting the whole packet in. And then we also have this pre-minced garlic that I'm just doing a heaping tablespoon with. So last week on Cooking with Alex, we were on the southeast side of Tucson, and this week we are on the northwest side of Tucson, so completely opposite side, but we're loving this campsite. It is super dispersed, super open. There's a lot of people here, but we can't see anybody from our site, so we have a lot of freedom and just are able to kind of spread out. So we see ourselves being here for a while, so potentially next week, Cooking with Alex, we will be in the same spot. So stay tuned. Chicken tortillas here that we got at the farmer's market last video, and we're just putting them in here and covering the lid to help soften them up a little bit, just like a minute, not very long. So we're gonna load up our fajita. You can see it has some nice juice in here. Make sure you get enough chicken and veggies. So first we have some cheese. We normally also have sour cream, but we ate all of it today, so you just make do with what you got. And then we're gonna peel off some cilantro. Obviously, if you're one of the people that don't like cilantro, skip this step. But we love cilantro. So here is my fajita finished, and then we like to eat it with the side of chips and salsa. So, and hint of lime is our all-time favorite. And this is some authentic New Mexico salsa. So, let's eat. So we have our finished chicken fajita here. You can obviously pair this with a side of beans or rice, but really make it your own. Add whatever veggies you like, add whatever seasoning you like, but I hope you enjoy.